Join your hosts, Kenny and DJ, for your weekly dose of pro wrestling excitement.
Would you please shut the hell up?
From the latest news to heated debates, we got you covered. Every week, we dive into the world of professional wrestling, sharing our insights and opinions on the hottest topics. Plus, don't miss our top 3 winners and losers of the week. It's always a showdown.
What you gonna do when Hulkamania destroys you?
But here's what makes us different. We want you to feel like you're right here with us. Our goal is to make you a part of the show, because after all, wrestling is better when it's shared with friends. With 2 years of experience in the wrestling media scene, we're more than qualified to bring you the inside scoop and a fun and lively twist.
What the Rock is cooking?
Get ready for a funny, loud podcast where you're not just a listener, you're a valued member of the conversation. Welcome to the Call Up Podcast.
You're welcome.
Welcome back to another edition of the Call Up Podcast, the only podcast right now that when we go live, shit just goes wrong. It's your boy Kenny, it's your boy DJ, and over at the West Coast.
It's showtime, folks. We're back at you again. And yeah, man, like you said, sometimes that Murphy's Law comes around, and what can go wrong does.
Listen, we could be so close to like having a good intro, and then all of a sudden it starts to like crinkle a little bit, and I'm just like, come on, what is going on? But we're back. It's Thursday night. We're here to talk about all things wrestling, mixed in with a couple of other stuff. Because like last week, we had almost had a short episode, but then we just started talking about stuff, and we started going down a rabbit hole of like movie theories and like ideas and stuff like that. So it was cool,
right?
So I wanted to bring something up, and it was like it's always the catch up part of the show before we dive into, like to the wrestling news and stuff like that. So then I kind of changed it in the show notes, and I was like, get to know us better, right? All and I wanted to throw the question out to you and to everyone else that listens in. They can send, the messages, or when they're in the chat right now, they can leave their responses in the chat. If you guys are new to the show, we go live every single Thursday at 10 o'clock on YouTube. If you guys want to, hang out with us and shoot the shit and answer some questions with us, by all means do so. If you guys are listening, obviously listen to the audio version of this. It's every Friday morning, Friday afternoon, depending on how well I can get it out there sometimes. And we're on all listening platforms, but we really like to get to know you guys a whole lot more. So jump in on Thursdays if you can and join in on the fun. So DJ, let me ask you this. What is your favorite comfort food?
Woo. Man, cause see, that's one of my food groups is comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So, I guess a go-to would be licorice for me.
Okay.
Or cinnamon bears, like just the chewy. I bite my and the reason why I got into those couple of things is because I do bite my nails.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're eating one of those, you end up chewing on that instead of biting your nail. So that's how I got into those couple of things.
Okay.
But not black licorice though. Like I can't do it. And then clowns in the house, that would be red vines. That's the only correct answer there. Twizzlers are they're like the straws you use they're like made out of the straws you use to drink to drink at a fast food place. So that's why Twizzlers would no.
Okay. Anything else?
Let's see. Okay, and then let's go with regular food. So pizza um, would be my comfort food for.
Oh my god, you and my son will be best friends because that's all he loves to eat. The oldest one is just pizza.
Yeah, if like I remember one time like on a Friday night I had pizza, and then I went over to my sister's house to watch the fights, and she's like, "Oh man, I didn't get a chance to cook. You know, I was just gonna order a pizza, but I know you had pizza last night." I'm like, "You can't
I'll
make
eat
me
it
tired
again.
of pizza. Just go ahead and order it."
Oh man. For me, I would have to say like comfort food, like as far as like snack wise, I would have to say Sour Patch Kids. If you want to put a smile on my face, just buy me a pack of Sour Patch Kids. It doesn't matter if it's a small bag or a big bag. It's just I love Sour Patch Kids. It's like the best thing for me. Comfort food when I'm like having like a rough day and I just want to eat something, I would have to say Chinese food.
Okay.
I can eat it every single day and not get tired of it at all.
No, I could say because you got such a variety there too, so yeah, I can see that.
Ken is like regular or watermelon Sour Patches. I would say regular. Like I like the watermelon. I like the other ones that they have, like the cherries. I've tried it. I've tried them all. Okay. The only Sour Patch Kids I haven't tried yet are the ones like in like Japan or like in China. Like those I haven't tried. But when we went to Paris a couple of years ago, I did find a bag of Sour Patch Kids that had like the Paris like wording, like the French wording and stuff like that on it. Right. So I was just like, oh, I bought 2 bags. I ate one while I was there,
right,
and then I took one home with me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I think for me, I felt like it still tasted the same. Yeah, it still tasted the same. It wasn't like a big difference. I was just like so hyped to like eat this, and I was just like, it has to taste different, and it didn't. But yeah, to answer Ken's question, I would say regular.
Now, only things I've found to taste kind of different is when you get to some of the popular things like say Coke and Doritos, right? Like,
yes,
if you go to Mexico and eat Coke or eat Doritos and drink Coke, like there's a difference. You can taste it. And a good difference.
Yeah. Crown is asking me, am I trying the 4th of July edition Sour Patch? Of course I am. That's
right. Yeah. They usually
Of course I am.
I've seen that. Yep.
100%. If there's a new flavor of Sour Patch Kids, I'm trying it. It's funny because here in New York, we had a Sour Patch Kids store.
Oh, okay.
Like the whole thing was dedicated to Sour Patch Kids. I went in there one day and I was like in heaven. And what's funny about it is that you can throw birthday parties in this place. And I was so close to like, you know what? You might have to just throw a party in this place. But unfortunately, they closed it though.
Oh.
I think like right after COVID happened, that there was no need for a Sour Patch Kids store.
Yeah, no, it's. I wonder if Mattel over here. I wonder if Mattel has like where you can throw a birthday party at Mattel.
That's a good question. That's something we have to like find out. Crown's just giving us more responses here. He's like, the glass bottle of Coke is totally different taste. Regular sugar. You know what's crazy is that people say that when you order, I don't know, is it Coke or Sprite from McDonald's tastes so different from you buying it from like the regular store?
I think it's Coke.
Yeah, like
I think Coke tastes a little bit different out the spout at McDonald's. But I haven't been to McDonald's in so long. Like I kind of avoid McDonald's.
Oh my god, my kids eat McDonald's all the time. Like it's bad because like they have the McDonald's app. If I tell you how many points I have, you would be like, damn, you guys go a lot.
Right.
Like, it's a lot.
My Papa John points are probably up there with your McDonald's points, which has saved me a few times. I was like, man, I want a pizza tonight, but I don't want to. Oh, wait, I got a free one. Bam. So people are starting to roll in now.
Oh, yeah, I see that. See, we start talking about food and drinks, and people just start rolling in. Ken, let's see what Ken has to say here. I just saw the most insane video on IG of this kid saying that if you mix Sprite with Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, it tastes like Dr. Pepper. I call Capto. See, I don't have Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce here. I have the hot sauce, but I don't have the barbecue sauce.
Really?
So, Ken, this is what I'm going to do. Tomorrow on Instagram, I want you to go to the Call Up Podcast Instagram page, and we're going to make a video, and we're going to put this to the test.
Look at Chad with his points.
So, Chad's in the building. He's like, "What's good, brothers?" Then Tyson's in the building. He goes, "This Coke tastes like Pepsi." Crown is saying, "I know if you mix Dr. Pepper with Crown Royal, it tastes great." Yeah, that is true. That is true. So Chad goes and says he has 6,576 points in his McDonald's app. I'm kind of hold on. I'm gonna see if I beat that.
I'm like, Chad's McDonald's points sound like an attendance.
All right, Chad.
I can't wait to hear this. Like, and then can't you get like a free T-shirt or something?
I would listen. I would hope so.
I'm still mad that I lost. Remember the Make 7 Up Yours? Like I lost that. I'm still mad to this day. I lost that shirt.
All right, Chad. I beat you. You say you have 6,576. I have 121,505 points.
God damn.
It's a lot of McDonald's.
That's a lot of McDonald's. I think they ought to give you a stock or something.
Yeah, right? I will hope so. I wish they would give me something for free besides the food. Like, give me a shirt,
right?
Throw in something. Chad is like, damn, yeah.
OG Happy Meal toys.
That would be great too. Shit. So wait, we're gonna what you call it? We're gonna get that video. I'm gonna get that video out there tomorrow because I actually have to go to the supermarket tomorrow morning. So I'll get all the ingredients, mix everything together. If this tastes so, I'm afraid that this is gonna taste good.
He's afraid it's gonna.
Man. Because like once something tastes good to me, I'm gonna continue to do it.
You're gonna keep doing it. That's gonna become a drink. Ken, I do like so. Yeah, Ken, I'm one of those crazy people that I had the Bagman movie mugs. I had the plastic cups, the plastic 32-ounce cups. I had every member of the Dream Team. Yeah. So no, I remember.
Remember when McDonald's came out with the Disney cups?
Mm-hmm.
There was the glass ones, but they had like they were stories.
Yep.
That they told on the cup.
Right. Yep.
Tyson goes, you're packing nuggets with the points. Yeah. That's the only thing my kids order is nuggets.
That's funny. And yeah, clown. So yeah, if you got that Transformer Big Mac, and it's in pretty good shape, and it's like the OG one, that you can get a nice penny for.
Oh yeah,
for that.
Man, I feel like we'll be here all day discussing this.
Food.
Yeah, because everybody
is getting right?
because everybody in the chat right now is just like, oh man, remember this, remember that. We're gonna go down this rabbit hole.
McDonald's
stuff here, but
McDonald's was good. McDonald's put beef stock in the fries, like that's
what's crazy. All right, before we get into news, and I saw this, and I want to get everybody's opinion on this. And get yours too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I want you guys to like, if you guys right now are wondering to yourselves and you be like, nah, seriously? Yes. So if you go to your supermarket and maybe, matter of fact, like I'm going to say like a Walmart or like one of your big, like popular supermarkets, I want you to go into the fries section of your supermarket. And you'll notice that every major like fast food company has their fries in the supermarket, but McDonald's.
Well, because they can't.
Nah, that's bullshit. Listen, I'm calling cap on that. Okay. How is it that Wendy's has their fries in the supermarket? White Castle,
Mm-hmm.
Burger King,
Mm-hmm.
Nathan's,
Mm-hmm.
Checkers,
Mm-hmm.
which is the same thing like Popeyes. So I'm gonna say
Right.
Popeyes has their stuff in there too,
Right.
right? Like, but McDonald's doesn't have it.
You know why?
Arby's and Sonic's and they all have their fries in there too.
You know why?
Please tell me why.
I'm about to. If you guys don't know, this is probably going to blow your mind a little bit. So, because of the ways that they do their potatoes are radioactive when they're in the ground, and then they have to pick them with suits on and put them and then they have to put them in a barn so that all the radiation goes away from the potato, and then they send the potatoes to McDonald's.
So basically,
That's why.
What you're saying is I'm killing my kids.
Possibly. Slowly.
Good to know.
Either that or you're making them mutants. One of the two.
No wonder my kid hits so hard.
There you go. See?
Yeah, see, Wendy's even has their chilies in the store. I'm telling you, you could find all this stuff. Like if I wanted to get White Castle, I can just easily just go to the supermarket and buy the burgers.
Right.
Area 51 fries. Yeah, that's pretty much what they are at this point. Now I'm not gonna look at McDonald's fries the same way again.
That's what they are. Those are all. You can look that up. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of like it's a aesthetic. Like it's a particular potato. They want it to look a certain way. That's all. And yeah, Ken, I'm from LA. Right here in the wood.
That's crazy. I never knew that about the McDonald's fries. Now I feel like I shouldn't eat McDonald's fries.
Like I said, I haven't eaten at McDonald's in a while now. Again, like their fries to me kind of like once they stopped using beef stock, to me they kind of fell off anyway. The fries. Oh
yeah, the Whataburger sauces they're starting to make their way to
I did see,
stores as well. I've seen even what is it, Chick-fil-A? They have all their sauces. RKH is in the building. What up?
People rolling in tonight.
Yeah, people rolling in tonight. I really like that. See, we talk about food and everybody starts trickling in. What WWE company will you always favor over the rest? For me, it's Raw. You know what? I'm gonna say Raw too, just because we do the Monday night streams and we kind of just picked Monday Night Raw to be the show that we want to sit 3.5 hours for, just to shoot the shit with people. But yeah, I would have to say Raw.
It's the mothership, man. Like I mean, even even if you kind of go back in time and see like all the old like WWE stuff that would come on either Monday or Tuesday night, I was always watching it, like so that was always a thing,
right?
And then finally they made like a live show, so yeah, no, it's the mothership show, so I think it has to be Raw.
Steve Hudson over here, he said that he's a SmackDown guy forever, which is great. Tyson goes right back to the food. He's like, I stopped eating McDonald's fries. I just get a bag of chips from the store. Let's see. I know we had some more people saying about Drew McIntyre. They can't wait for his homecoming. That was RKH that said that. But let's get into some news. Obviously, we're going to talk about Clash of the Castle. That is this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what, like 10 in the morning for you.
Yep. So it's a
Man.
more Saturday morning wrestling.
Saturday morning bowl of cereal or some pancakes, and DJ's gonna be sitting there watching Clash of the Castle. I'm probably gonna watch Clash of the Castle in my house, get some lunch, and call it a day from there. Getting into the wrestling news, and I want to get everybody's opinion on this. We're gonna fantasy book this one right here.
Okay.
And that is the news has been circling around. The internet has been going crazy, and that's my man Rico Suave, aka Ricochet, aka Samantha Irving's boo.
Mm-hmm.
He's leaving WWE. He said that he wasn't going to renew his contract at the end of the week. Obviously, his contract expires this Friday. They've been trying to get him to do an extension. He didn't want to do the extension. That's the rumor that's been going around. That's a rumor that's been floating around through Fightful. They were reporting that Ricochet is going to be written off TV, which we seen on Monday when Braun Breaker pretty much just put him through a windshield.
Real glass.
Yeah, real glass, right? And not for nothing, the way Ricochet went out in WWE was so fucked up. Because, like, you telling me that you couldn't just let this man go off in the sunset and just be great wherever he's going to go? Like, did you really have to, like, just mollywop him real quick? Like, did you see what Braun Breaker did when he lifted him up and he threw him to the truck?
I did.
His hand hit the truck, but when he fell to the floor, he hit the floor face first.
It damn near reminded me of Kevin Nash throwing Ray like a dart.
Yep.
Up against the trailer. No, I have I'd like to see more.
Right.
You know me. I kind of don't take things at face value a lot. I need to see things happen, and I kind of think it's a work, man. It's so much of a deal that is being made about a guy whose contract is running out. Which in WWE, how many people do they just let they didn't beat up what's it, the Maharaja on the way out, that guy won a world title. They didn't beat him down and announce it he didn't announce on X that he wasn't coming back, none of that. So I kind of think, they kind of learned from WrestleMania what happened with The Rock, that you can use this stuff as a new form of kayfabe.
Right.
Can you see how all of us got taken at with The Rock and WrestleMania and Cody and everything? We got taken for a ride, and it was great. So, and then I've seen that too, Clown, where people was like, there was a big deal when Moxley left. I get that. So it is a 50-50 chance but I do just have this, and then Samantha crying and running. That was
great. That was great. I mean, we posted about that.
I feel a work, and it's great if it is. Like this is I would keep doing this. I would keep using dirt sheets and people posting shit on X and everything as the new kayfabe, because now it's too so that's why I guess to kind of flip back and forth, that's one of the things that happens when I see say a particular style of when I see a match with a lot of acrobatics.
Right.
And because we don't have kayfabe or anything anymore, it takes me out of it. Like, I think that's what it is. It's just like, you guys are, I get some of you guys think that's fun and it looks great and everything, but like, okay, we're already know we're watching a choreographed fight and you're making it even more that we're watching, this choreographed thing, and it's not fun. So
I like what Chad had to say. So Chad was just like, Braun's gonna give Samantha hell for the next few weeks, and then Rico will save his girl. Now, check this out.
Mm-hmm.
My hopes is that he really is leaving. Because I really do think that Ricochet needs to leave WWE in order to better himself.
So kind of a Cody kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, I think he needs that for himself. You know what I mean? Because he's not getting the opportunities that he deserves in WWE right now. I think it would better him to go off and go to like TNA or AEW. You know what I mean? It's gonna do really good for him.
I'm
now
so afraid of him going to AEW because then he's going to inevitably go against Bruv.
Oh, he is.
And then they're gonna flip for a half an hour.
That's gonna be.
They're gonna do all kinds of flips.
Of course,
in the middle of the ring at each other.
But that's what they want to see, though. That's what they want to see. They want to see that. They want to see the flippy stuff. And he's gonna do great. He's gonna win a title in AEW.
He's won a couple of titles in WWE now. Like let's not act like
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying he won the titles in WWE, but for me, I think AEW for a good 3 months is gonna make him shine. He's the toy that you're gonna play with for 3 months, and then ship him off to Collision.
I was about to say, then he's gonna win the international title.
Yep.
And then,
if they start messing, if Braun starts messing with Samantha, then you know he's not going nowhere. That's just it. Then I'd be like, you know what? Nah, he ain't going nowhere.
No, that's a key. That'd be a key indicator
there. Let's see. Ken said, "Do we think that social media ruined wrestling?" I do. There's a lot of times where, like, you know, like me and DJ will go over stuff or whatever that we want to talk about, or, you know, we'll shoot, you know, messages back and forth, and I'll just be like, damn. Like, sometimes I don't want to read a lot of the stuff that I see on, you know, like on the web and stuff like that, just for the simple fact that I want to be surprised. I want to be more entertained than what I am, and have that kayfabe talk. Like, man, Ricochet's gonna leave. I wish I didn't see that. And all of a sudden, like, we get like Rick Rude in the Monday Night Wars, where we're like, damn, wait a minute, I just saw him on Raw an hour ago, and now he's walking down the rampway in WCW for Monday Nitro.
Right.
You know, like, that's the kind of surprise that I want. But we don't get that anymore with the power of the internet.
That and see, like, I've, you know, for folks that have listened to me for a minute, I have said the documentary Beyond the Mat was a blessing and a curse at the same time. It was great to see, like, you know, it was exciting to watch, and, you know, like, oh wow, is that, you know, everybody, all of us were like, really, that's what happens? And then now it's like, now you watch matches, and if you didn't like it, you blame the booker now. Nobody did that. Like, nobody did that before.
Yep.
It was on the wrestlers. It didn't matter who booked the match. It's on the wrestlers to make you interested in what happened in this match. But now we blame the book. Like, if something happens that we didn't fantasy book ourselves,
who put this match together?
Yeah.
And then guess what? Here comes Fightful with these are the list of the producers for this segment, this match, and you're like, oh, okay, well, okay, that match sucked. Now we know why. Like, it kind of makes sense because this guy really is not the best producer around. You know what I mean? Like, and that sucks. So it's just like, what do you do? We'll just turn off your.
That's a problem. That's
Turn your phone off, shut the internet, and then just call it a day.
People don't just go and have fun no more, man. Like just do and I don't care which company you're going to watch. It's just like you said, like especially when you go, I don't either company. Put your phone, like you said, put your phone down. Cheer for somebody, boo for the other one, and boom, engage. And that's not what we do. That's not what we're doing anymore.
Like for King and Queen of the Ring, I shut my phone off. I made sure I didn't get on the internet at all because I wanted to be surprised when I sat down and I watched this pay-per-view. Because I wanted to see, even though like I had my feelings, like okay, Gunther's gonna win the crown, but you never know with Nia Jax. They're always flip flopping and changing their mind. So it's just like okay. And when she won, I was generally happy that I didn't see it online or didn't get like, oh, it's a 90% chance that she's gonna win because of X amount of reason. It's like no. She's been working her ass off, and this is why she deserves it, and this is why they gave it to her.
Mm-hmm.
Steven brung up a good topic here that we could jump into, and that's the news of Jeff Hardy's contract ending at the end of this month. Well, at the end of this week, right? It comes up on Friday. He's apparently going back to TNA. The Hardy Boys have been saying for a while now that they're looking to at least do one more run. Mm-hmm. They thought their last run was going to be in AEW, but we see how that went.
Right.
They kind of just used them for the name, and then things didn't work out the way.
For them,
they didn't work out the way they wanted to, right. And then they got shadowed. And it's bad for a team like the Hardys not to get the respect that they deserve, that instead of, even if you don't want to use them for Dynamite, right? At least put them on Collision. No. You went extra disrespectful and said, you know what? Now we'll just put you on Rampage, a show that nobody really stays for when they go to a Dynamite show.
No, it's basically AEW Dark on television. Is what Rampage is.
And that's why Jeff Hardy was getting frustrated. He said what he said. He was just like, yo, we're stuck on Rampage.
Yep, they are. Yep,
but he's getting out of his
they're
contract,
just another team, and they should not be, even at this stage. Like you said, there should be something kind of like what you did with Sting. Is like, okay, we should be celebrating at this, like a run with them, a last run, a last dance, if you will, and they didn't do that at all. It's just like you said, it was just the name recognition thing. Made sure they got the Hardy Boy music, but they didn't really care.
Yep.
It didn't look like they cared about them at all.
I don't know. I see RKH is saying buffering. I don't know if he's that has to do with us, or he's just saying the word buffering. Don't do that to us, RKH. We'll start going crazy thinking that something is wrong here. Right. And I'm looking at the feed. He made me do it now. God damn it, made me do it. But you're right, because Steven said the same thing. He said they were just another team on that roster, and that's like, and that's what sucks, because like we grew up watching the Hardys before we even had kids, and to see them just being stuck on a show that nobody's really watching, and them going to prove that people still like them, it's crazy to me. Like, you seen the stunt that Matt Hardy did at the last Raw, right? Your man basically did a guerrilla style meet and greet, and everybody stopped watching Monday Night Raw and went to go meet Matt Hardy up in the Raptors.
That's hilarious.
to take pictures. And he did it for free, which was crazy. Anybody else would have been like, listen, if you got $10, $20, you just toss that over to me,
Yeah. No, he probably, because he still, he still got some of that check, some of that AEW check. He didn't need,
of course,
he didn't need our little pocket change. Come on over here, kids.
I need all the pocket change. I don't care if 6-year-old Timmy wants to take a picture with Matt Hardy. Go ask your mother to give you $20. Where's your dad? Did your dad bring you? Did your uncle bring you? What family member brung you? Because you need to tell them they need to give me $20. I need $20 in my hand.
And then Clown was saying, well, and I agree. Like, the tour would have gone a whole lot better if Jeff was able to drive correctly.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
That played a part. But even before that, I'm gonna say it still wasn't really going in a great direction.
I don't know. Well, listen, hopefully now there were teasers of Jeff Hardy going to TNA. Hopefully this time around it works out for him, and we could get to see the Hardy Boys possibly come back to WWE to do maybe one last run. As much as I was just right now bigging up the Hardys. Them coming to WWE, like, I feel like Jeff himself would need to really get it together.
Yeah, because they don't play around there. Because is Matt going to be in this Battle Royal?
I don't know.
So there's a possibility there.
He might be, because that's the next topic that we were going to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Was the NXT announced on Tuesday? Well, they had Cody Rhodes announce it on Tuesday that Trick Williams is going to put his title on the line and at the next pay-per-view. But before that happens, they're going to pick his next opponent through a 25-man over-the-top battle royal that's going to happen next week on NXT. For me, that is a great way to bring in more eyes to NXT, because now you're thinking to yourself, 25 people are coming to NXT, and Cody said that it's from different locker rooms. So now you wonder what locker rooms is he talking about, because you have Raw, you have SmackDown, you have NXT, this new partnership that they're doing with TNA. That's you know what I mean? That could be a possibility. We could probably I pray that we see Moose
that was going to be
show up to NXT.
That was one of my picks, was Moose.
I want Moose to come in and make an appearance so bad. Eddie Edwards, I need him to make an appearance. Like, there's for people who don't know, a lot of the time when I started to do a lot of the like wrestling reviews on stuff, I started on the Run-In podcast, right? With Tommy and DJ, where I used to break down the Impact Minute. It was called the Impact Minute, but it used to be a whole lot longer than that. It used to be like 2-3 minute long.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Little segment that I would do in the beginning part, But there's so much talent in TNA right now that we can see some good stars pop up in this battle royal,
Yeah, all they really need is a platform. TNA.
Yep.
I mean, there are sometimes I'll watch TNA, and I guess it's one thing that I guess we could say could start happening here is that it kind of reminds me of the days when there were multiple companies.
Yep.
Which is good for the wrestlers because you can go freshen up, like you're saying, like even like let's take Ricochet for example. you just jump to another company for a while, and then that helps you freshen up your character and all that. The territory days. And so if we can get that going again, like then this would really be a good time for wrestling. So let's get TNA on I think a better platform, like just where there's more eyes on it, because that's just the main thing is that I don't think there's enough eyes on TNA, but there should be, like the talent and the matches that are happening in TNA should be on television.
Now, I did say for us to fantasy book this, and obviously you need to have the final 4 people in the ring. If I had to fantasy book it, I would say that you put Ethan Page as one of their final 4. You get Moose in there. At least have one TNA person in there. I can maybe see somebody from New Japan showing up and being in this, just because Io Sky is going to do a show in Japan, which is supposed to be airing on the Peacock Network. So I can see them trying to work that relationship out where they bring in somebody,
Right.
Shit. I would say get somebody like Ricochet to come in, but he's out.
Maybe.
So it's like maybe somebody from SmackDown, another person from Raw could come in, somebody who's not really doing much on the main roster, and then try to go in for that title.
Right.
What Steve says. Steve was like, Booker T said on his podcast that he thinks Moose would bypass NXT and go do stuff on the main roster. I mean, Moose is a really big name that I wouldn't want to see him in NXT.
Yeah.
Not stay, but just make an appearance. Yeah.
Right. Kind of like Jordan.
But not
like,
stay.
I mean, because Jordan can easily wrestle on the main roster with the women there. But just for now, I just again, this ain't that's kind of one of the differences between WWE and AEW is that WWE will let things cook a little bit. Like you don't need to. Everything doesn't have to go right for a world title or a title right away for this person that just showed up. So on the main roster, so let people get used to this person. Because again, I think there's a sizable audience that only watches either SmackDown or Raw.
Right.
So you have to, people have to, let's just get with the real here. There's a sizable audience. That's all they watch. So those fans, you have to kind of bring them in. And then now that person blows up.
Ken is like, imagine a Jordan Grace Jade Cargill match. Ooh. That would be good. Especially like, was it on Monday when I saw her wrestle on Monday Night Raw? I was telling my wife, I was just like, yo, Jade looks so much better than what she did in AEW. Like, I remember like watching her on AEW, and she used to do the corner splashes, and she would like run, pause, jump, and then and land on the person. Where now you see her, she just runs and just leaps,
which is
and just splashes on the person, which is great.
Right.
And just like her movesets are different. So it's working for her. So I can definitely see her versus Jordan Grace one day on the main roster. I think that's gonna fucking kill.
No, that's
any show.
That's a great power match. And just let them go in there and knock each other's head off. That's what we came to see, right? With those two wrestling. So they're going with the what we're saying here. Let it flow in. Like you don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to thrust him right in. So going with Moose, like let him show up in this battle royal.
Yep.
He's gonna show people why, folks like us that have seen him, like why we talk about him. Like, they're gonna say, oh, okay, this is great. We want to see more, right? And then that's where you start to, now he shows up at, Raw or SmackDown and etc. But walk him in there,
right?
And then
Crown says he got us a question here in the chat right now. He says, does Jade look better, or is she working with better talent?
Ooh, I'm gonna say I think there's a little bit of both,
right?
Because in Jade's, if you look at the roster when Jade was there. There were a few women on the AEW roster that they weren't athletes. They were wrestlers. Like they were, they knew how to do the moves and everything, but they weren't they weren't athletes. So that was kind of part of the clumsiness, is like this person is like, I'm about to throw this clothesline and she hasn't turned around yet, So if I hit her
in the back of the head, that's the only way she's gonna learn.
Right. Just like, that's what happened. Like when you go watch old Thunder Rosa matches, you can see the same thing. Like she's ready to do the next move and this girl hasn't even turned around yet, So, like you could see the smile, like you could tell she was trying not to smile too much when she was going against the champ, because she's like, oh God, a woman that can wrestle, So she's even though she lost a match, she's damn near smiling because she's like, somebody that can keep up with me,
Exactly.
So,
finally, she could do those fast moves, and it's actually going to look good.
Right. So that's what's happening with Jade. Like she's like,
unlike the match that we seen on Wednesday with Mercedes.
Ooh.
I'm just saying that shit was trash.
It made me turn, like I had to turn the channel for a minute. I was like, I gotta
listen. I started ironing clothes.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, oh, okay.
I was like, oh God. Yeah.
I did like the Samoa Joe and Hook segments that they had, and starting off the like Samoa Joe being that mentor to Hook, and he was like, "Come on, trust me, I have this plan." And you seen what's the guy's name that's with them? Japanese guy.
I'm about to say, yes, the Japanese guy.
They made him hold the camera, so he's the cameraman, and they jumped the premier athletes. I thought that was cool. I was just like, okay, like I like where this is going.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good. And yeah, it's a good story because now you have because Hook is not particularly good on the mic. But Joe is like, he's that much more better that
way better.
He could carry the story. And then let him go. So that is going into a good story.
Let's see. Anyone else find it funny that Sammy Guevara hasn't been seen on AEW since they signed Mercedes? Oh shit! You know what, Steve? You're absolutely right. I forgot about that.
I've only seen him in that, like when they did like that segment where they showed his wife working out.
Yes,
and he was in the ring with her.
And
that's it. Like that's the last time I saw Sami.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the last time
that they had that whole interaction where he was. So Ken doesn't know the beef that they. Well, it's not really beef.
No,
it's more like
bad wording.
Yeah, it was just bad wording on Sammy's part when it came to something with Sasha Banks when she was in NXT and he had a tryout with WWE. It was something that you shouldn't say about a woman.
Right.
And it made him look really bad, especially when the Me Too movement started. And
it was right around, yep.
and they were getting slammed with stuff. All right.
Yes.
There was different talent that was getting slammed with so much stuff that it was just hard
This
to
was
do
on a
anything.
podcast, right? Where he
Yep.
said
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
So here he is, internet is forever.
Yep.
And these words are coming out of his mouth. And, and it was just like the wording was just horrible. It's, of course, if you could see what he was talking about, and that he's like this kid that's just kind of, like it was like barbershop kind of talk. I don't think he would actually have done that to her.
Right.
But to say, you can't, it's just like, but you don't say this stuff in public, like, in
I'll rape her for all that
like,
type of shit. Like, excuse me?
No.
Excuse you, we can hear you, right?
Yeah.
It was bad, but I don't know. But that is something that's crazy because I didn't think about that until Steve said it.
Not quite a Tiffany can. He
to,
said, like, I guess because like this goes out on YouTube as well. So grape.
Yeah, I don't want to say it because YouTube
rhymes are grape. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So he mentioned grape and like so that he found her that attractive that he would do that.
He will grape her.
Yeah. And
which is crazy to me that you even say that to anybody.
Right.
Ken's like, I'll Google it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ken, when you Google it, all I want you to do is type back. I'm like, oh. Yeah. So then you know.
And then since she's been in the building, he has not.
You know what? There's somebody that has been doing teasers, and I forgot to mention it in the show notes, but it's good that we talk about it because we're already close to like our closing segment here in the notes. So it's good that we add another one on here.
Okay.
And that's Velveteen Dream. So if you go online, he's been making all these videos of him as the Velveteen Dream.
I did see a couple of those.
So they're like inspirational videos or like stuff from like or memories and but the thing that gets me is that when he had the interview with Chris Van Vliet, I could have sworn that he said that he wouldn't want to come back as Velveteen Dream. Like he wants to revamp himself and come back as somebody different. But all I see is you trying to bring back Velveteen Dream.
I think it's just hard to get the man was white hot. Okay, and really over. So that's a hard one to give up, man, when you got a character that just works for you.
Right.
It's just so hard to give up. But, we live in, you are guilty until, if you are, for most people, if you're accused, you're guilty. Unfortunately. So you got to you're going to have to come up with a completely different character where people barely recognize you. That's going to be the only way to do this.
If you guys haven't seen that interview with Chris Van Vliet, I would highly recommend watching it because it does show, it does bring a lot of stuff to light of what happened in that situation, and then you could do whatever it is that you will. You know what I mean? Because obviously there was certain evidence that WWE found to what he had to say about the whole situation. So it was like a little bit back and forth. But then I just find it funny now that he's just he's coming with all these videos online, and it's just like, are you trying to get the name Velveteen Dream back from WWE? Because they're the ones who created it. It was not, it's not like, you had that, you had that name in the indies. That's something that was already given to you. So I don't know. Let's see.
No, it's and Trevor Bauer is a perfect example, by the way, Steven, because that's the way I felt about it when I got to see the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like, and that's why I said what I said is that unfortunately, you're guilty till you don't even get a chance to prove yourself innocent. If you're accused, you're guilty, and that's it. And everybody just boom, they just run with guilt.
Right. Ken is asking if you remember Abraham Washington.
I missed that way, bro.
Ken, you gotta give us a little bit more info. Yeah, I don't remember. Like I don't know who that. I don't remember who that is. Yeah. But I guarantee you that once he starts with the story, I'll be like, oh yeah,
yeah, yeah. Because right now it just sounds like two presidents.
Right? That's what I thought. I was just like, wait a minute.
Like, wait, did they morph them together or something? Did I miss one of those? Like how they had the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer.
But let me ask you this: like, would you want to see Velveteen Dream or Patrick Clark back?
Personally, I would like to see. Like, I'm all for folks being able to redemption and people being able to, especially when they didn't do something. Okay, so like I think. Especially folks that didn't do it, like should have a chance to have their career back. So
I don't know. Listen, he was chilling at his family's farm. I think that's where he needs to go. Just stay there. Don't do nothing else.
Oh man. Well, like I said, you need to come with a nut. Like I'm talking like Stardust kind of a change in character, like something.
Nah, bro. Like there's too much. There's too much on the table. For that, you might as well just let Marty Scurll in. Like at this point, you know what I mean? I mean, his situation was that he dated a younger girl that, in where he's from, it was legal. Here in the States, it's not. They looked at him crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now he can only do shows in Mexico and Puerto Rico. Like, you don't see him nowhere else.
Now every time I hear the word, like, because you guys just had the the parade and everything, and then so that song has been circulating. The Puerto Rico. Oh,
well, we just had the Puerto Rican Day parade over the weekend.
That's what I'm saying. So now every time I hear the word Puerto Rico, it's automatically
Oh man! So let's get into the pay-per-view that we have for this weekend. And Clash at the Castle is going to be in Scotland, home of Drew McIntyre, Popeye's Biscuit. Drew is headlining this pay-per-view along with Gay Undertaker, Damian Priest. Listen, it's not me making up these names, okay? This is actual nicknames that are given to these people in the IWC. Yep. You can look it up.
Yep. No, this is the internet.
You're gonna see it's not attached to us. There's other people who could claim the fame to this. But Clash of the Castle,
we didn't do it.
This time we didn't do it. But listen, Clash of the Castle is this Saturday, 1:00 start time in the East Coast, 10:00 start time, 10 a.m. start time on the West and Pacific time. It doesn't look like it's going to be a long pay-per-view, which is great because you don't want these really long pay-per-views anyway. Like, give me NXT style format, 6 matches, call it a day, be out.
Well, especially this kind of, because that's, because it kind of feels like kind of a pay-per-view, but almost like a house show kind of a thing here, just to give these folks something to go to, which I'm not mad at. Like, you're
right.
The World Wrestling Entertainment, so you gotta go around the world. Like that's the way it go. So yeah, no, this one doesn't need to be long. This is not one of the major pay-per-views, so this doesn't need to be long. Equal opportunity.
Equal opportunity Undertaker. See, there's more. There's more. The villain character was amazing. His match with Okada. Oh, we're still talking about Marty. Let's get into in no particular order because we don't know how these things are going to how is it going to start, but we'll start off with the World Heavyweight Championship match. Damian Priest, the champion, is taking on Popeye's Biscuits, Drew McIntyre. DJ, who do you have?
Man, so this is actually a pretty tough pick, man, because you have Drew is going to be at home. Like this is going to be like a home match for him. Like they're going to be going crazy. I don't care if he is the heel. The place is going to erupt when he comes out. Damian Priest just got the title.
Yep.
And I've been seeing him all over the place with it. He's been actually doing pretty good as a representative world champion, going places and throwing first pitches and stuff. Man, I think I just kind of got to go with Damian. I don't think it's time yet. It's either going to be Damian or some kind of no contest. Like, maybe CM Punk, for example, causing some kind of a ruckus and we don't get a finish. And then it turns into a three-way. But something like that. But I say Damian or a no contest.
I'm going to go with Damian Priest. I don't think they're going to take the title away from Damian Priest just yet, especially since they have Gunther getting a title shot at SummerSlam.
Yep.
I don't think that Drew McIntyre will want to just win the title knowing, well, he's going to lose it right at SummerSlam so quickly. Right. Judgment Day is barred from ringside, so I can see what's gonna end up happening is this match here is gonna go to Drew McIntyre as the winner due to outside interference, and this is gonna start more of the ripples in the Judgment Day family. You know what I mean? Because now you have JD who didn't listen.
Yep.
He's possibly going to come out and try and help, Damian Priest. Finn Balor is going to try and help JD. It's going to turn into a whole big thing. Dirty Dom is going to be in the middle, and it's just going to turn over to... We're going to see the continuation on Monday Night Raw.
Right.
You know what I mean? So my pick is Drew McIntyre with outside interference.
Okay. So kind of close to what I was saying. Yeah. All right.
Next match we have is the WWE Women's Championship match. Bayley, the champion, is taking on Piper Niven. Who do you got?
Well, first let me say I'm happy to see Piper get a title get in a title shot. She's been working hard, and I think she does deserve to be in a match of this caliber. And this is gonna be a good match, by the way, because they can both. Piper Niven can go.
Oh yeah.
I think Bayley though holds on. I think Bayley holds on. Again, even though this is pretty much another hometown person, I don't think it's gonna win.
Right.
But I think Bayley wins this one.
Man, I would love to see Piper Niven win this match. But I think WWE is so invested in Bayley that they're going to leave her with the title. Because I'm starting to notice now that Bayley is going back to Hugger Bayley status. She's not that heel anymore. Once they turned her into a baby face again, it was more like, what do we do with her? Right. Because for the past 4 years, she's been a heel.
And a good one.
And now you want to turn her into a babyface. which scares me because if you turn her from heel to face with so long of a gap that she had, what happens to our tribal chief Roman Reigns when he comes back?
Well, the only thing that I ask is if these folks are going to turn into baby faces, that they stay like they just kind of like they did with the Legion of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
They do the same things. They just happen to be babyface. Like Legion of Doom did not change anything about their matches. It's just that we all started to cheer for them.
Right.
Same thing with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay, he really didn't do it like, you know, he was stomping to stomp somebody out in the corner like that, that's a heel. That is heel wrestling. And we were, so they gotta keep the attitude that they have, but just be getting cheered. That's the way. That is the modern day baby face that we can cheer for, that people like nowadays. Like the whole. This is why people have kind of like, you know. I think there's some people that are falling out with Cody, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's the white meat baby face thing.
Oh man, yeah, we've talked about Cody Rhodes here and how dry his title run is starting to get.
I mean,
like it's
making Toe do. Every
like
time I look up, Toe is doing Toe Tax is doing cartwheels over this.
Like come on, it's so bad that right now, like you're shipping him off to NXT to announce a battle royal. Seriously? They wouldn't do that to Roman Reigns when he was champion. Shit. Roman Reigns didn't even go to NXT the whole 4 years that he was champion. Think about it.
Well, it didn't fit that. It would not have fit that character. You're like, why do I need to go to NXT?
He sent Paul Heyman to NXT.
You go make the announcements for me. I'm not going
to help Braun Breaker.
Right. Yep.
How many times has Cody been on NXT?
Has it been twice?
Twice.
Now? Yeah.
I don't know. I got Bayley. I got Bayley winning this match, obviously.
Yep. He said obviously.
But I want to see what's going to happen next to her. Like, who could be her next opponent?
Besides the summer, like, because Queen of, like, no, she's not going against Nia, is she?
She is.
Okay. So, well, that right there, like, that's actually gonna. I think that's actually gonna be a pretty good match.
But then you're gonna drag that on for a whole month.
So who's she going against at the next pay-per-view is what you're asking?
Because the next pay-per-view after Clash of the Castle, it's not SummerSlam, is it?
Or is it Money in the Bank?
I believe it's Money in the Bank.
Which is one of my favorites. Like, Money in the Bank is actually one of my favorite, like, middle pay-per-views. Because the Money in the Bank match, to me, is actually pretty fun.
Let's sit here and look this up now.
Yep.
Because I'm so curious. Okay, so Clash at the Castle.
Yep.
Then you have July 6th is Money in the Bank. That's in Toronto. And then SummerSlam is August 3rd in Cleveland.
All right. Cleveland.
Out of all places, Cleveland. Hey, that's where they chose to get that money.
And then Minnesota got the next SummerSlam, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because they lost out on WrestleMania.
Yep.
So I think that was throwing them a solid, like,
Said,
we'll give you SummerSlam.
It said, listen, we'll just give you this. It's okay.
Yeah, it'll be warmer.
It should be warmer by then.
Yeah.
Let's go with the Intercontinental Championship match.
All right.
We got Sami Zayn, the champion, taking on Chad Gable of Alpha Academy. I'm liking this storyline of Chad Gable changing into a heel.
Me too.
I think it's only going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
I see Chad Gable winning this title at Clash of the Castle. I don't see him getting any help. I see him not getting the help from Alpha Academy, but getting help from the new Alpha Academy.
Yes, and I think he
and the
fires
Creed
them.
brothers.
I think he also going to fire them.
Yep.
Right here.
They're going to be taken out at Clash at the Castle.
Yeah.
And Monday,
Yep.
He's going to come in Monday with that IC title. And he's going to come in with the Creed brothers and Ivy Niles. And that's going to be his new team.
There's one thing you got to say about this stuff, though, is that we got to give it up for whoever is producing the Intercontinental situations.
Mm-hmm.
The Intercontinental, think about it, since I would say the LA WrestleMania, the Intercontinental title has been in some good stories.
Yep.
Like it used to be. Like, you know, because if you even think about even some of the old, like the 80s stuff, like the Intercontinental title used to be in the middle of a lot of good stories.
Oh, yeah.
And now they've gotten back to that. These are some good stories that have been going on with the Intercontinental title, and I'm happy about it. Like this title deserves to be, you know, we should be thinking about the Intercontinental title. You know, like it does matter.
Yeah, I'm definitely all for this one.
Yeah, but yeah, I gotta go with Chad as well, though. He's it's time. It's time. Like he showed that he. You know, from that first match that they had on Raw, like he showed that he's ready to carry this title and have some good matches. So, and people are behind him. Like people are with this character even as a heel. Like, you know, he gets the proper heat even as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, this I think it's time.
I'm wondering. Well, since it's in Scotland, he's not going to bring his kids. But I'm wondering on Monday when he comes in with the title, will his kids be there?
Monday? Are they back in the States on Monday?
I think they're back in the States on Monday.
Okay. Yeah, I guess they got time because I keep thinking Sundays.
Right.
But no, this is on a Saturday, so yeah, they got time.
So we're both in agreement that Chad Gable is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Next match is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, aka Black Girl Magic, are taking on Shayna Baszler and Zoey Starks and Alba Fyre and was Isla Dawn.
Isla Dawn? I think it's like
Isla Dawn, right?
Yeah.
I thought they had a name.
They do have. I now it's. Didn't they? Yeah, they had a name. They had a name. Damn it! I remember they had it. But anywho, this has a possibility here. Like, so you have because you got Black Girl Magic, so you got some power and speed with them, right? Mm-hmm. Then you got Shayna Baszler, who is like tactical and submission style.
Yep.
With Zoey Stark being a little bit of a flyer, but also kind of strong as hell too. I've seen her do some stuff that's like, damn, she's strong. And then that tech, they kind of remind me like they're like this little speedy team, right? So, and they do the flips and everything. So yeah, no, this has a possibility to be a pretty good damn match. If they produce it right,
mm-hmm.
This could be pretty good. In fact, I can see, and then thank you, Steven. It was Unholy Union, and I can see Unholy like in this match, Unholy Union keeps looking like they're gonna win. Like because this is a good team.
Yeah.
And weren't they were the NXT champs, right?
Yep, they were the NXT Tag Team champs, yeah.
Right. So yeah. So no, they've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I can see like they like carry the match a little bit, and it looks like we're damn near looks like they're gonna win it. But at the end, you still have the Black Girl Magic wins, but like some, you know, like a good comeback kind of a thing.
Right.
And I want to like, so notice this pattern though. Like, I think they're still setting us up for kind of a Mega Powers kind of thing. Every match, they hit the finisher. Bianca kind of pushes Jade away a little bit, and she always makes the pin in the last couple of matches. I want everybody to watch that again.
Now but check this out though. Was it the last match that they had this week? Jade got the pinfall.
Okay.
Not Bianca.
Okay, I missed
because I thought about that because I was just like, damn, if Bianca gets that pin again, I'm like, all right, DJ has something going here. But then they changed it.
Okay.
And Cargill
was that a title match?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that match. Okay, so I still want to watch, but I still watch out for that because especially now it's a bigger stage and everything.
Right.
I still watch for it. Now maybe they fixed it. Maybe that was like maybe something that was going on because they were too, they're a new team and they were just like for real in the producing. Like they just, who finishes here? Like maybe they iron that out. We'll see. But that also can be something that can make a good storyline here.
Ken goes, he's like, even watching the entrances, Jade always does an eye roll when Bianca's music hits.
Oh,
damn it!
I didn't notice that. Thank you.
I didn't notice that either. And like Ken is gonna make me go back now, and I'm like, wait a minute, now I gotta check this.
About. Yeah, that's what this show is about, though. We want that. Yeah, no, I'm watching. Now you got me watching it now.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Alba, Fyre, and Dawn. I think they're gonna end up winning.
Okay.
And becoming the new women's tag team champions.
And with them arguing or something like Black Girl Magic.
Yeah, I can see them. If I don't see them in this match arguing with each other, but I see it afterwards.
Okay.
Like when they try to get a rematch.
Okay.
And it doesn't work in their favor because one of them messed up.
Got it. Okay. But you're going with Unholy.
I'm going on Unholy Union for this one.
For the win. Okay.
Which,
like I said, I like it. It wouldn't surprise because they're a good team. It would not surprise. It wouldn't shock me at all if they won this match.
Last match on the card, and that is for the Undisputed WWE Championship. The champion Cody Rhodes is taking on AJ Styles in an I Quit match.
Just the way you said it.
He doesn't excite me.
No, he's got. This is okay. Got to do something here. So for like, I will say that for like all jokes aside, you're now kind of in the middle of like you won at WrestleMania. So now here we are kind of in the middle heading for SummerSlam, right?
Right.
So now if you want people to be excited about you being champion when we get to SummerSlam, which is the summer WrestleMania, right? You got to bring whatever you were doing back. Now, one thing he has going against him, and I was watching the Death of W's or Who Killed WCW.
Right.
Kevin Nash made a statement, and it's absolutely true. We are more excited to see a babyface chase, and we like heel champions. Like we like to have a heel champion and watch the babyface chase. That is when we are the most excited. That's just the way it is. You can think about it right now. Think about all those baby faces that we really wanted to win. It was during the chase is when we had them. That's when we liked them the most.
Right.
Okay. So that's one thing Cody has going against him. We loved the chase. Like the chase was great. Great conversation, great debate, great matches, stories. Now he's the champion. He's on top of the mountain. And people are not having fun watching people chase him.
You see what Ken said. Ken is just like, we need to start calling him Cody Popeye's Biscuits, but
so this is an I Quit match, so he's got to get nasty in this match. That would put some juice in the biscuit. That'll get some butter on the biscuit. If
get the cool butter, you get the garlic butter.
Right, you gotta have some holy shit moments in this match to bring people back to to bring people back to you. So I'm gonna go for Cody, but this is what if you want people to reinvest, like not just the kids. Like the kids are, they're not going nowhere. But he's got to do some nasty stuff in this match. Like drop the babyface thing. I think we are done with PG era, so I'm not worried about that anymore. We need AJ needs to be bleeding. AJ and Cody need to be bleeding, but you need to make AJ bleed. You need to beat his ass. You need to put him through a few things. All this, like it needs to be nasty. Okay, so like not a comeback win every time. Like it's like, okay, AJ take some of the match, but then you need to get up and then you need to beat on him for a while. Like we need to believe, okay, no, you are you're the better wrestler in this match.
Exactly.
That needs to happen on Saturday, or we're gonna be right back here next Thursday. Like, well,
let him know you're fucking Popeye's biscuit.
Yeah, because now
Extra
you got a no disqualification match. Time to go.
Yep. I don't think they're adding any more matches to the. I can't say I don't think so because they're probably going to add another match to this.
Yeah, even if it's a pre.
Yeah. But that's
no. I see something because we have no like. So what's up with the men's tag? Like it's like where's the men's tag team titles?
Nothing.
So it's like that's why I'm like, okay, it wouldn't surprise me if like say SmackDown, something happens,
right?
The GM comes out, you're having a title match tomorrow, So, you guys have been sitting around watching pay-per-views too long. Now you need to defend your title.
It can happen. It can happen on Friday for SmackDown.
Yep,
where they bring in a tag team title match and be like, okay, you guys are going in for this one. Mm-hmm. Even Logan Paul is not even on this card. Defending the U.S. title.
He's too busy with the orange man. Yeah. Posing with the title.
But that's it. DJ, is there anything you want to bring up?
Let's see. Well, I mean, this weekend so I'm gonna be going to Vegas this weekend.
Ooh. Okay.
So that's actually where I'm gonna be watching the I think there are some casinos like for real that take
better than black.
That take wages on wrestling pay-per-views. Or at least now I could use an app that does it since I'll be since I'll be in another state.
But here's the thing, does that so say you bet on a WWE or AEW pay-per-view, like are you actually like cashing out good money, like, or is it just like you could win maybe $20 and they enter you to win a contest in a contest?
No, this is money. You win money. Yeah. See, DraftKings. Yeah. No, this is money. Like, and this and it'll be like sometimes it's not necessarily who wins or loses. Some of the time. But or you really like when it's a triple threat match. That's when you really like the odd, like you get the best odds on triple threat matches because it really is kind of a roll of the dice. Like for real, who's going to win this kind of thing. So yeah, when I go to Vegas, like this, I got some buddies that go every year around this time, and they get a Verbo house, and there's a pool and all that there. So, whether it's at the casino or at the house, I'm like, even if we got to use my Peacock account, like we need to Saturday morning, I need to watch this.
I'm like, yo, we're gonna try and go to the pool. Like, nah, I'm gonna sit here and watch.
Maybe there's some way to turn the TV while I'm in the pool, and have a drink and have the rest have the match. Yeah. Yes, that is one of the reasons why Triple H likes triple. That's you're not kidding there, Ken. That is one of the reasons.
Obviously, this weekend is Father's Day.
That's right.
I am participating in a father versus kids basketball game on Saturday.
Okay. You're not tearing Achilles like I did.
Nah. I'm trying to take it light because I have a bad shoulder.
Okay.
So I'm like, the minute I go like this,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to like extend it, I feel it right here. Like all this start to my upper shoulder starts to get real tight. So it's almost like like the hard rubber bands that you try to pull, and you're like you can get it a little bit, but you know that if you was to go all the way and just it's gonna snap. That's the way my shoulder feels sometimes when I try to shoot a basketball. So I'm just like, yeah, like I said I participate in it, but I'm not gonna go. I'm not. First of all, these kids are 10, 11, and 12.
Right.
I ain't going hard with you guys. I told my son that. I said, I'm not going hard. I said, I may block your shot. I may cross you up a little bit, but I'm not trying to like dunk a basketball or shoot or I'm going to be like Steph Curry from the corner. Shoot. I got it. And nah, it's not happening.
Did you see Tom Segura? What happened to him?
No.
So he's a comedian. If you don't know it. And so there's this clip of him. He's going up for a dunk, and the guy in one jump he tears his ACL and all like, and then you see him fall on the ground. He does his shoulder. He broke something else while he's not like. So all this stuff happens on one jump. This guy just jacks his whole body up at one jump. Oh, and, he's a middle-aged man, and do you guys have BJ's?
Yes.
Restaurant.
Yep.
So make sure you make it there because you get a free glass, by the way.
That's right.
Yeah, you get a free pint glass. And everybody listening, if you're a dad, go to BJ's. They appreciate fathers. Like, isn't it funny that like nobody. They tell you the week of, right, for Father's Day. Mother's Day is like 3 weeks ahead of time. Don't forget your mom.
Listen, I barely watch TV unless it's wrestling.
Right.
A lot of the time I'm just watching like whatever's on my DVR and Netflix.
Mm-hmm. I
have not heard or seen one Father's Day commercial. I haven't heard anything on the radio. Okay, but let it be Mother's Day. Right. Every 2 seconds they remind you that it's Mother's Day. They got a fucking countdown that it's Mother's Day.
You got 2 weeks. And they make you panic that you got 2 weeks to get your mother something.
1-800-Flowers was sending me emails every day.
We can still make it.
Don't forget the special lady in your life.
Yep.
I'm like, the fuck?
You can still order. We can still make it.
Don't forget your mom.
Yep.
Last day is to do rush order so mom can get it on Mother's Day. Like,
that's how it go, man.
Yeah.
So that's why I like. So that's why I appreciate BJ's. Because I got a cabinet full of BJ pint glasses from. Okay, I go every year. Like, cause damn it, I appreciate that they recognize the fathers out there.
So here's the thing. I wanted to go to a baseball game. On Father's Day.
Right.
Because we were going to go to see a Mets game.
Mm-hmm.
But my son, his basketball team won their playoff game last week. So the championship game is on Father's Day.
Of course it is.
At 4:00 in the afternoon.
They don't give a damn about it. Not a damn.
I was like, why so late? Why do you have
right in the middle? Like right smack dab in
like we couldn't have this in the morning.
Right.
I will gladly wake up.
Yep.
And get him there at 9-10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. Can I have my afternoon? No.
2 days I gotta meet these people in the afternoon. Ken is like, is there a difference between the new Yankee Stadium and the old Yankee Stadium? Yeah, the new Yankee Stadium is more smaller, and it's just so high up. So like if
so they
you're
just put you on top of them.
Yeah, it's like you're on top of the person. Like literally, it's like the way my microphone is, and I'm like this. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Now, if you ever get the opportunity to come to New York and it's around baseball season, definitely I would tell you, hey DJ, let's go to Citi Field, go watch a Mets game. It's always fun when you go to Citi Field.
Okay.
They got amazing food. They got really good drinks from regular mixed cocktails all the way down to like beer. And no matter where you sit, you have a good seat. It's big. It's a big stadium.
Right.
They hold a lot of concerts there.
Right.
Like I think Blink 182 is performing there. Who else is performing there? Lady Gaga performed there. Was it
on the Billy Joel tour? Is he doing Madison Square Garden or City?
Yes.
Field?
No, he's doing Madison Square Garden. He always does Madison. He always does Madison.
Right. Yeah, SoFi. Yeah, because Ken, you probably been to SoFi. I like it because it goes into the ground. Like it's kind of funny. Like when you're walking towards it, you're looking at the rafters. When you're walking into SoFi, and then if you have seats going down, you go down into the stadium. That's dope to me. And they kind of had to do that because you're right in the flight path of LAX, so you can only build things so high where SoFi Stadium is. And then I'm waiting for the Intuit Dome. So I was reading up on it. So the Intuit Dome, this guy made a place. Like this is the Clippers owner that made the Intuit Dome. He wants you, no matter what you're doing, he wants you to be back at your seat in 5 minutes.
That's crazy.
So there are bathrooms everywhere. Okay. The concession stands they're cashless, and you're not doing anything but picking up what you want and walking back to your seat. It bills you when you walk away. Okay, so there's not going to be a line. So this is going to be crazy, and I just want to see it.
Let's see. Ken was saying, he said, "Screw Billy Joel."
What's wrong with Billy Joel?
Because he made Don Hurley turn down the Lakers job.
You think Billy Joel made Don? No, that's not why Dan Hurley turned down the Lakers job.
That's what Ken said.
No, Ken.
I'm going with him. He's been the day one homie since we've been doing this. I'm going by his word, and that's it.
Okay. The reason why he turned it down is called happiness. Okay, the man is happy where he is. He's about to do something possibly historical and go 3 in a row in college basketball. He's already getting paid out, and remember, this is Connecticut. Some people like that kind of life compared to the life you would have in LA. I think that's all. I don't think it had anything to do with Billy Joel. I think
it all makes sense.
The reach.
It's Billy Joel's fault. I'm going with my man Ken on that one. But besides that, that's the only thing I'm doing. It's just basketball all weekend. Kid has a playoff game this Friday, so the little one has a baseball game Friday, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, hopefully hopefully he wins the championship on Sunday. It was funny because last year on Father's Day, he had a championship game. They just love to end it on Father's Day. I'm like, okay.
Trying to be like the NBA Finals.
Yeah, so hopefully, last year he won the championship, on Father's Day. Hopefully he wins it again. It'd be great. And then they're home Monday. There's no school. So they're trying to get us prepared for the summer. I'm sticking them in camp.
Yeah, because Man, weird. That's gonna be. Yeah, when does the school end?
26.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
They damn near went into July.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to tear up that conspiracy theory, but at least give me a good one. If you told me like
Said,
Coach
just let me
K
live,
or somebody,
DJ.
I can believe Coach K may have talked him out of it or something.
Oh man, let's get into some shout outs here.
Yeah. And did we already speaking of going to all these stadiums, there's SeatGeek.
Yes. Let's start off with one shout out here, and this is a shout out to our sponsors, SeatGeek. If you're new to SeatGeek and you're looking to, go to SoFly or go to a concert over at Citi Field or anywhere else, SeatGeek should be your go-to spot to get anything entertainment. If you use the code word the call up, that's going to save you $20. Now, this only works for new members for SeatGeek. Don't be like me that I went to go order something. I went into my SeatGeek account, put in the tickets, went to go put in the code, and it says this is an invalid code. And I was literally about to go and call SeatGeek and be like, yo, I know this works.
Right.
But then I had to go back to the email that they sent us, and I was just like, oh, it's only for new members. So,
but yeah. But I'm sure folks have more than one.
Of course.
Email address, right?
Use a different card. Ringside Collectibles is another sponsor of the show. If you use the code word, the call up is going to save you 10% off every single order. New customers, old customers, it doesn't matter. This code word is going to save you 10%. I was looking at the Fig Cave Instagram and seeing that there's a whole bunch of new figures that are coming out. And I'm like getting that little itch. I've been saying for a good while that I didn't want to buy any, action figures because I just don't have space for it, But looking at the new lineups that are coming out, I'm like, man, I got to get my hands on something.
Man, that July sale.
That Paul Heyman looked really good.
Yes, the Paul Heyman looks great. Where they brought up that line back that has the Dudley Boys. Like I missed that line, but I'm like, okay, thank you for bringing that back. I can now fill that in. So go look at that 4th of July sale. You have the 3 faces of Foley there for $55. So $55 for 3 figures.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Do you guys have championship belts? I actually do. If you look over here, I'll go full screen for people. If you see, look, I have a couple of titles there. I actually have more, but I had to put them away because there was no space. And my wife was just like, you need to get rid of this stuff. Like some of this stuff is just taking up way too much, which is not for nothing. Like when she works from home, she's in the same angle. So a lot of the times people are like, she has meetings, so she has to turn her camera on.
Right.
They'll be like, what is that in the background? So then she's like, she goes full screen and she shows them the wrestling titles. And some of them was like, oh my God, that looks so, everyone always says the same thing. Oh my God, that looks so cool. I remember WWF days. So it just shows that a lot of people used to watch wrestling back in the day, and they remember Hogan, The Rock, Austin, Brett.
Exactly. Exactly. And then I have the yellow Intercontinental, which was signed by Sting.
Nice.
And I have the Undisputed. And then when I get married, I'm gonna get tag team titles. For us to go to the reception with.
Oh shit! Excuse me, sir. We trying to walk down the aisle like the Usos.
Yeah.
Next shout out here. Definitely have to shout out the Knuckleheads Network. You already know what the deal is with my guys and girl of the group Gigi. We have shows every single day, twice on Thursdays. All the way where tomorrow, if you go to Respect the Craft, which is another show that is a part of the Knuckleheads Network, Ray is going to be interviewing Alex Shelley. Mm-hmm. He's one half of the Motor City Machine Guns. It's going to be a really good interview. I believe it's supposed to start at 10 o'clock in the morning. So if you're up and you're at work and you have nothing to do, by all means, we'll start posting. Look at the Call Up Podcast Instagram page. Look at the stories. We'll start having the links there to get people on there. But yeah, Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturdays from 9 to 12, these guys are on. They're actually on right now because on Thursdays, we do 2 wrestling shows. Mm-hmm. One starts at 9, another one starts at 10. We kind of talk about the same things here and there, but sometimes their stuff, we talk about different stuff more than, what they do. So we kind of just like blend everything together. And if say one of us is, when there's big stuff to talk about, that's when we all kind of just come together. Yes. Like WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, obviously SummerSlam. We'll talk about that. Yep. But it's always a good time. It's always a good time. The next time we all meet together, it's probably going to be a little more crazier because we'll be on both channels. There will be probably some drinking. There will be. I can't say probably. There will be some drinking involved.
Come on now.
A little more, probably a little more alcohol from me than everybody else because I never get to drink with you guys when we do those full shows because I always have to work. But then I'm hopefully the next time, I'm either working from home or I'm off.
Right. Before I go into this a little bit more, so Ken, so me and my daughter have a plan where, so when she gets married, we're actually for real going to do the Uso day one-ish song. Cause just what it's saying, day one. Right. And then right when we get to the edge, so we're going to be hopping around and until we get to the edge of the aisle. And then they'll start the bride march song. So we already have a plan to do that.
Listen, I need to be there because I want to see this. Like, I literally just want to be like the guy. My wife is gonna be like, "Sit down." So I'm like, "Oh no, he told me to do this."
Yeah.
He told me to take it on my phone. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta you gotta shine the light." I'm like,
"Yep." All the way to the edge of the aisle, and then then we go go right into the.
I'm like, this was so beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Like, why are all the podcast guys crying?
Oh, there's gonna be video. Like, I'm making sure. Listen, if he doesn't have a videographer come in to shoot this from multiple angles, I'm right there, Ken.
Yep.
Like this.
There will be eating. In fact, I'm gonna get myself in shape because because that entrance you gotta be in shape to do it. So, so I'm gonna be exercising and everything before that.
Can't be winded halfway through.
No, you can't.
She's looking at you like you're crazy.
Right.
Like we worked on this.
And then let's shout out to the Fig Cave. I was a guest on the Fig Cave yesterday.
I saw that. I was listening to the episode. Well, I watched the video episode today when I was at work.
Yep. So we had to find the top 5, did stuff that I'm watching on TV. Just wanted to. I was like, let me sit in and have some fun with the guys. Make sure if you're with us, go ahead and join that Patreon. There's a tier for $1 and you can get We have a whole Facebook group. If you're a collector, we have folks that like we only allow fair trade in our group. So so come on through, or if you just want to talk some more wrestling, you got some more. You know, we're that kind of community as well. Come on in. Everybody's welcome, and yeah, make sure you're joining the Fig Cave Patreon. I mean, Kenny will be there. Get some extra content.
Oh yeah,
it's a good time.
Shout outs to the Jabba Tears podcast. They're always supporting us here on the show and on their show as well. They have a lot of stuff that's going on in the New York City area. So if you're in the New York City area and you definitely know who the Choppatiers are, they work with Battle Club Pro out here in New York City, one of the best wrestling promotions going today in New York. They're getting ready for their summer show. It's Jobber Slam. I believe Shelton Benjamin was supposed to be a part of this show. He's not a part of the show anymore. But they have some amazing talent that is coming out of this school that they use. Yeah, you just gotta go check it out for yourself. Like I wish, you can find it on like the indie wrestling sites that they have, where you can watch a lot of like the indie programming. So if you see Battle Club Pro on that list when you're going to these websites, definitely give it a click and watch it, because it's great wrestling. They got a women's champion there named Cosmic. I love fucking with Cosmic, bro. Like I just love it. Like I'm a heckler when it comes to her.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's like I'm making it one time for a show to come down there. And because sometimes you got like sometimes the knuckleheads are out there doing stuff.
Oh no, we're loud.
Yeah,
when we go to these shows, we're loud.
You guys are even involved in some of the stories and stuff. So, so Fig action figure. So Fig Cave, there, Ken.
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Yeah,
so he'll know the spelling of it.
Yep.
And that we can't forget everyone that comes here every single Thursday, from Ken to Clown to Tyson, Jamal, who is away on leave right now. Jamal, we miss you, bro. We hope everything is well. Steven, who came through tonight. Thank you for tuning in. And everyone who listens every single week on the audio version as well. Thank you guys for all the support that you guys give us every single week. Like I said, me and DJ, we're just two guys from the East and the West Coast coming together just to talk shit. And we're glad that other people are here with us just to talk crap too. But guys, let's talk more next week about Clash at the Castle. Hopefully we'll have some news about my man Rico Suave. And he got so many names: Pretty Ricky, Rico Suave, Chico the Barge. Like I'm naming them all. But guys, until next time, be safe and have a good weekend.